Hey everyone, Tech Steve here, and this is a follow-up video from the unboxing video that I did on the Hisense U7N. And on that video, we took the TV out of the box and we covered gaming, so you can go check that out if you're a gamer. On this video, we're going to just do some more tests on it and see how good a television it is. And stay tuned. At the end of this video, we're going to talk about Hisense reliability. Let's get into it. This is the Hisense U7N with the Mini LED Pro display. But what is the Mini LED Pro display? According to Hisense, this is a latest breakthrough in backlight technology that creates brighter images and gives greater contrast than traditional LED televisions. It allows greater backlight control and enhances the HDR experience. And what this really means is that the TV's brighter and the picture's better. These TVs can reach a peak brightness from 1300 all the way up to 1500 nits. They also support Dolby Vision IQ, HDR10, HLG, and HDR10 Plus. When it comes to value, in my opinion, this might be the best buy if you're looking at a Hisense television, but you don't want to splurge for the upgraded U8N. The U7N has a refresh rate from 48 Hz all the way up to 144 Hz using variable refresh rate, and has a motion rate up to 480 to smooth out those 24 frames per second movies. It's powered by the HiView Engine Pro 4K, and this uses AI technology to make sure that you get the best picture possible no matter what you play through it. The design on this television was refreshed, and now you have this floating base in the center of it, and the great thing is that it will stay on most tables. There's a Hisense logo on one side of the television, but I will tell you that the frame around this television is a lot cleaner and leaner. On the back of it, there's a 20-watt subwoofer that's going to be great for watching your favorite movies, and there's two 10-watt speakers for your everyday listening.
This is a Tech Steve audio test. For the next few moments, sit quietly and experience the range of this TV's audio capabilities as we test the boundaries of sound. This is the end of the Tech Steve's audio test.
On the back panel, you're going to find two USBs, and one of them is 3.0, an Ethernet connection, two HDMI 2.0s, two HDMI 2.1s that can support up to that 144 Hz. Plus, this TV does use a ATSC 3.0 TV tuner. The first thing I will show you is upscaling. So on the screen, we have three televisions, and I can barely tell a difference from 720p up to 4K, but it all depends on how far away you are from the television. So I think when it comes to upscaling, this TV does a really good job. I also want to check out 480p content, and it does look good, but I'm not going to say that it's going to look as good as 720p or above. But Hisense does have a built-in feature where you can zoom the screen, but unfortunately, it will not fill the screen completely. And I find this interesting that a lot of manufacturers are now disabling that full screen zoom on this kind of content, where before you could do it. And being that this TV has a motion rate of 480, not to be confused with native rate, I think it did a really good job smoothing out the images. As you can see in these examples right here, I was very impressed at how well everything performs. And I want to show you some content with sporting events. And again, this TV is in sporting mode, and as you can see, everything is nice and fluid. So personally, I don't feel like you're going to have any issues where you're watching soccer, hockey, anything with a lot of fast movement. I think everything will look good on the U7N according to what I'm seeing. And I want to check out the different picture profiles, but it requires an external source. So I'm using the Apple TV, so I can put the TV in any picture profile that I like. So here's some examples of what it looks like. So freezing the frame in SDR mode, I just want to go through all the different picture profiles so you can see how the TV changes according to which movie profile that you put it in. I would probably just use theater day mode to get the best image quality and the brightness out of the screen in SDR mode. Moving over to Dolby Vision, one of the great things I like about this TV is that it does give you an icon in the corner whenever it sees the signal, but looking through all the settings here, which are very limited, I will use the custom settings and adjust the picture the way you like it. But I think just out of the box, it looks pretty good. But I will tell you, in some cases, I still prefer SDR mode, but it all depends on which movie that you're watching. And the reason I say that SDR sometimes looks better is because Dolby Vision was really set up for really high price, high resolution, bright monitor or display, and consumer televisions just don't reproduce it. It's a watered down version of the true Dolby Visions. And this is what it says on Wikipedia. Current displays cannot reproduce the full Dolby Vision brightness and gamma capabilities. And it goes on to say, when a consumer display has a lower color volume than the master display, the content is adjusted to consumer display capabilities based on the dynamic metadata. So as you can see, it's not true Dolby Vision, and I would think a true display would be $40,000 to $100,000, but at least we can play the signal. Back over to the demos, the last thing I want to show you is HDR10 Plus, which is a collaboration with Samsung and Panasonic. Now with this settings, it does have a lot of different HDR settings. With this format, you can enable the IMAX, which is found at a lot of movie theaters. In fact, they have the IMAX cameras, which you all heard of. And the great thing about using the Apple TV over the built-in software is that it allows you to override the system and put it in these different formats that the TV normally would just pick up and choose its own. And after watching this TV on different movie content, it has a beautiful picture. And I want to show you this movie clip because it really shows the capabilities of the colors on this Hisense U7N. And if you're a movie lover, you're going to be very satisfied with this television, and you're not going to see much of that light bleed that you see on lower end budget televisions. On an all-white screen, I found the uniformity to be very even all the way across the screen with slight vignetting around the edges, but not really noticeable. And I also want to do a time-lapse dirty screen effect, and you do find some spots in it where it's not completely perfect, but keep in mind, this is not a very expensive TV compared to some of the other brands out on the market. I think it holds its own for the value that you pay for it and what it produces as far as picture quality. And using theater day mode, I want to show you the skin tones on it. It is a little bit on the magenta side, but if you're looking for that dark cinematic look, I think it's going to be just fine for most people. And when I was doing blooming test on it, being that this is a VA panel, I think it's going to be great not give you halo effects around images, especially with credits on movies. Even though I went over the full gaming capabilities on this TV, I'll still show you some examples on this video.
How does Pete do this secret identity thing? Completely stresses me out.
There's a few last things that I want to mention in this video, and a lot of people are commenting, is Hisense reliable? Well, if you think about it, Hisense includes a 2-year warranty with all their televisions, but they do have some strict criteria that you need to have the original packing, the receipt, and in a lot of cases the box. And the reason for this, if you have to ship the TV back, Hisense just want to make sure that the box that you send the TV back in is designed by them to keep the TV protected, because a lot of things do get damaged when it's getting shipped. Another thing to consider is that if you was to look at reliability, it's based off the full company and not just 1 or 2 products. For example, if you look at this list right here, you can see that Hisense has 55-inch TVs under $300, and I would say that those TVs are good, but personally, I don't know if they were as reliable as the U6N, U7N, U8N, or even the UX series, because those are a lot more expensive televisions. And I think if you was compare, for example, the Bravia 3, which is Sony's entry-level television, a 43-inch starts at $499, that I would think Sony's going to be more reliable. Even if you look at under $300 for a Samsung TV, you can see on Best Buy's website, this is what you're going to get. So if you look at overall value, I think Hisense is definitely offering that. As far as reliability, that could be determined based off the type of product that you purchase and things like that. But if you're really that concerned by extended warranty, But ending this video, I just want to show you a few more demos so you can see what the colors look like on this television. And for me, I think it's an overall great value when it comes to color reproduction, the gaming aspects of it, and the fact that it is powered by the Google software. And the last few things that I want to mention on this video is that this TV does support Apple AirPlay and HomeKit. You can cast your Android device over to it, and there's a feature where you can add a camera to it and do hand gestures. But if you're looking for a great television at a good buy, I think this TV might be the one for you. I'm Tech Steve. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel because I have a ton of videos to do and I would hate for you to miss out. Go ahead, I'll wait. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.